delight and a pleasure to welcome Claudia Brumme-Smith, who's the new CEO of Townsville Enterprise Limited. Welcome to the studio, Claudia. And we've got listeners, of course, the Herbert River, Boa and the Burdick and Charters Towers. And I believe Graham Jackson might be listening. And Graham, we've had him on the show before, but I regard Graham as the father of modern Townsville. He did a wonderful job as chairman of Townsville Enterprise. And I know you're in close contact with him, Claudia, on a regular basis.
It's really inspirational how Townsville Enterprise had all that support over the last 30 years. And it's so important, for an organisation like ours and independent advocacy to stay up to date. We need city leaders and we need the community to support us. And he certainly, together with Tony Mooney, set ourselves up for success back in the 90s.
Yes. Well, look, I'm looking forward to hearing your vision for Townsville Enterprise. And let's talk about this new role, Claudia, because you spent 10 years redeveloping the port, or helping with the team there to redevelop the port, transform not only the port but the city, really, with your efforts. Now the opportunity has come to put all those pieces of the jigsaw into an arrowhead, if you like, and take Townsville Enterprise to new heights. What's your vision for Townsville Enterprise? How do you see the organisation? Let's face it doesn't have broad community support, as it perhaps did back in Graham Jackson's time. Is that part of the challenge you see for Townsville Enterprise?
Absolutely. I think we need to go back to why Townsville Enterprise was set up 30 years ago. And I think it is such a wonderful concept that you have an independent advocacy body and regional development body that is looking beyond election cycles, that actually is here to develop the future of the city. And it's really important that we don't just think in today's and the next 2 years. We really need to think 10 years. And I think that made it, for me, an attractive new opportunity, I guess, as a person. So, I want to see Townsville put on the global map. I think it has all the ingredients. And, with my background in brand development, that's really where I think the opportunity lies for investment attraction. The first project Townsville Enterprise attracted to Townsville was the Sun Metal Refinery. And I think that is such a great gift to the city that keeps on giving. Initially 300 jobs, now they're investing another 500 million. They're looking at, developing a hydrogen plant, which will be billions of dollars investment. So you can see just from that example how important it is to have bodies like Townsville Enterprise to keep an eye on the big prize and to be able to get their members behind, the vision for Townsville and North Queensland and, Burdick and Hinchinbrook, Charters Towers and Palm Island. It's so important that we as a city have that long-term vision beyond the politics that are at play today. It's how do we transition into the next, century and being state of the art so our kids have jobs here in this region.
We talked off air about your first visit to Townsville, and you thought it was paradise, and you said to me then quite a telling comment that it takes people who aren't from Townsville to come here and see the innate beauty of the place. Would that be the same with your role at Townsville Enterprise? I mean, we sit here and we look at Chris Morris's investment down at the casino there, and we think, God, this guy must know more than we do. And the new stadium, these things are visionary projects by people with vision. And I guess part of the challenge is for us all to lift our eyes and look over the horizon and be proud of what we've got here.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, Townsville Enterprise, again, the stadium was the idea of Townsville Enterprise, and they advocated hard for it for over 8 years. And now we can see how catalytic it is for the city. So, again, Townsville Enterprise, also made sure Adani's regional head office come here. So it's a really important organization that does lift the eye beyond what we see as the community sometimes. And, I've got a born and bred husband who also sometimes says to me, but, we're this and this. And I look at it from a global point of view and think, but we are actually a wonderful place to invest. We're safe. We have green, we have green energy. We've got green agriculture. Everything the world needs, we've got. And I think it's about telling that story to the world. But we need to find the city leaders and unite them and telling this story that I have in my vision, you know, being a global center for investment, being a global natural asset for tourism, being able to bring international people here for the Olympics in 2032, just putting ourselves out there that we are a place that you must have seen when you come to Australia.
Yes.
And this is what I think I need to do, is to bring that global perspective back to Townsville and make sure that we are creating the jobs for the future, that we aren't looking at what we have today and chase only that part of the business. We need to chase the new opportunities, and that's really important to me.